Hello guys, welcome back to another YouTube video review today on World Warships console. That's right, boys and girls. Today we are covering the Tier 3 American battleship, the USS Arkansas class battleship. This is a pretty cool ship because she get 12 guns and 6 different gun turrets. So meaning, yeah, she has a pretty much a powerful firepower down here at this tier. And she's a strong premium tier 3 American battleship. I would recommend getting it because, well, it's... Oh, shit, I thought it was my phone. My phone always wants to go off in the videos. I don't know why. But, yeah, definitely this is a pretty decent battleship. We're going to cover some of the stats of the ship, take her in gameplay, and also, well, see what she can perform in the battlefield, guys. First of all, as they're calling upgrades, I just call equipment, I put main battery mod 2. The main battery traverse speed is 15%, and main battery reload time is 5%. I put damage control system mod 2. Fire duration 15% less, flooding duration 15% less. So basically meaning you're taking less damage from flooding and fire, which is pretty good. And then, of course, this one right here, the target activation system mod 1, spotting range 20%, torpedo detection range 20%, and RGA of ship is 50%. So, very good. Then I put main battery mod 3, main battery reload time is 12% more, and main battery traverse speed is 13%. So basically, I get a pretty much a little bit better reload for my main batteries for the American battleship, but I think it needs it. Going for a primary build for the ship, you get HE in AP. You get the damage control party, which consumer duration is 20 seconds, reload time is 80 seconds, and you get unlimited of these. You get a repair party, which HP per seconds is 329, and that also depends on my captain of the perks. See, consumable duration 19.6 seconds, and reload time is 80 seconds. You want to get 3 of these though. And you also get a innate secondary targeting. Secondary battery shell grouping 100%. Dispersion of secondary batteries is 50%. Consumable duration is 30 seconds, and reload time is 160 seconds, and you only get 3 of these. Surprised this ship only gets those. Not an option of changing it. But the survivability of the ship, of the hit points of the ship, is 44,880 hit points. And it also gets a torpedo damage reduction, which is 13% less. So basically, when you reach this tier, you do get a reduction with battleships of its torpedo reduction. So yeah, I mean, it gets good survivability of its hit points. Main batteries is 305 Mirror Mark 7. She gets, well, it's saying you get 6 of these, but that's not correct. You actually get more. It's just talking about the main gun turrets, which, yeah, you get 6 gun turrets by 12 guns, because you get 2 guns in each gun turret. So keep that reminder there, guys. When it tells you 6, it's not really mean 6. It's just mean the gun turrets or the torpedo tubes, and that's it. The firing range is 14.7 kilometers. Reload time is 27.1 seconds. Turning time is 32.7 seconds. Max HE shell damage is 4,200. Max AP shell damage is 9,213. And oh yeah, the firing chance of your HE shells is 22%. So pretty good actually for being a tier 3 battleship. The secondary armament is 127mm Mark 7. You get 21 of these. Firing range is 4.5 kilometers. Reload time is 7 seconds. Max XG shell damage is 1,800, and firing chance is 6. So pretty decent there. Max speed is 18.5 knots. Turning circle radius is 590 meters, and rudder shift time is 18.6 seconds. Now, it does have a big turning time, but its also speed is probably not the fastest. So, yeah, it's not the fastest battleship at tier 3, but, you know, will make it do. Detectability range by sea is 11.9 kilometers. After firing your main batteries is 14.7 kilometers. When the ship is on fire, 13.9 kilometers. Detectability by air is 10 kilometers. When firing after firing your main batteries is 16.1 kilometers, and when the ship is on fire from the air is 13 kilometers. Ground detectability range is 2 kilometers, and while firing in smoke is 9.5 kilometers, which battleships does not get the same thing what a destroyer gets. Destroyers get a protection when they fire in smoke. Battleships and cruisers usually don't, so yeah. The armor of the ship, which you can see there's a lot of red on it. The bottom is 30, yes 30. The fore-end plating is 19, fore-end deck is 19, the fore-end athwart ship is 279 thickness of armor. That's pretty good. The aft-end armor belt is 89, and the bottom is 30 again. The aft-end plating is 19, aft-end deck is 19, aft-end athwart ship is 229. Tells you pretty good bit. The side plates are 23 to 279, and you can see the Citadel is actually well protected down below the water. I will show you the Citadel in a few minutes. The cooling tower bottom is 38. Cooling tower sides are 292. The cooling tower top is 76. Side plates 13. Top side plates is also 13. Athwart ship is 229. The armor belt is 229. The deck is 25 to 51. The athwart ship is 229 to 279. Pretty decent. Rear plates is 305, which is basically the most thickest armor on the ship right now. The barbette armor is 254. The bottom plates is 60. The frontal plates 305. The side plates are 203, and the top plates are 120. Pretty much this ship is showing it's really thick. It's a thick boy. The athwart ship is 13. The plating is 19 to 165. Deck is 19, and the athwart ship is 13. Citadel athwart ship is 229. The Citadel bottom is 30. The Citadel torpedo bulkhead is 28, so that's the protection of the torpedoes. The Citadel deck is 38 to 51, and the Citadel athwart ship is 279. Now we'll show you the Citadel of the ship, because this does get a Citadel. The Citadel looks like it's sort of right there at the water edge, so if you want to Citadel this thing, if you're playing their battleship, shoot right there, and you'll get the Citadel of the American Tier 3 battleship. What, did I get rid of something? Yeah, I did get rid of something, so. But I think that's going to be it for the ship. Let's talk about the commander. I bet, well, his main perk is build it less. HP per ship tier is 360% more. So basically I gain a little more hit points per tier of the ship, so yeah. The flammable Cononor battleship main battery range is 8%, battleship main battery shell grouping is 5%, and risk of catching fire is 13% less. And then I put Gerting the drill bits. Battleship gun traverse speed is 1.5%. Battleship main battery main battery guns AP shell damage is 10%, and max battleship speed is 10%. So I guess I'm getting a little bit of a boost of speed. I also put marksmanship. Dispersion of main batteries is 7%. Rudder shift time is 5%, and I also have reaching out XXL. Main battery range is 3%. I mean, you could probably go for this, or maybe this if you want to switch your rounds, or something else. And my legendary perk is will to rebuild. A armored of HP recovered 47%. Repair party duration is 30%, and rate of repairs per second is 0.5%. And auto repair when HP is required to or less, then it's 20%. So yes, that is the captain of these Tier 3 American battleship. Is there anything else to talk about this thing? Well, I mean, it's a Tier 3 battleship. It will gain you credits, and it's a monster at Tier 3. As long as you don't give your broadside too much, you're pretty well to go. Even then, you really don't have too much to worry about, but this battleship can rip apart Tier 3 ships. And some of the Tier 4s, and even a little bit of the, well, huge amount of the Tier 2s, but yeah. But you know what, guys? I think that's enough talk about the ship in the port. Let's take her out, let's see what she can do, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Yo guys, we're back on Salzman Island, and this was, well, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it was a little bit more interesting because of the playstyle, but we are definitely top tiered in this game. But we are seeing a little trouble. If you can spot it out, it's 4 destroyers on the enemy team. Yeah, I'm not liking that one bit, but we still carry on. We still do what we have to do because we're a battleship. I mean, the map is a little bit more open than what I would want to be, but in a way it's pretty good for my ship. So yeah. A little bit of delicious tea to quench on my thirst while playing a Tier 3 American battleship. But yeah, what do I think about this ship? Well, I think she's a good ship. She does take a beating. If you know how to play it, she does take that beating very big. And if you know how to play a slow ship, you could definitely dodge torpedoes. That's a little bit of a hint on what's going to be happening in this game. But if you just want to skip, well, don't skip, because you're going to be beating some little bit of action right now. We do get spotted. Do I tell my team that I get spotted? Yes, I do. Well, I mean, of course I've been spotted, but I wasn't expecting being spotted because, well, it's a storm in the map, but I don't think World Warships console has it yet. We see our first enemy ship. It's the American Tier 3 Tech Tree Battleship, Wyoming class. We fire our first salvo ads. Not so great. All those disperse. Left, right. This not where I wanted to hit. There's about destroyer over there. I didn't really recognize it because I've seen these torpedo bombers. And then I see the Wicks, USS Wicks, American destroyer, coming in. So I shoot my two forward gun turrets at this thing. Wicks, we do get one overpen shot. Only did 922 damage. Nothing too particularly great. I mean, it's a destroyer. And I hear torpedoes. My captain saying torpedoes dead ahead. Well, that's the Wicks. No, actually, no. I think that's the carrier's torpedoes. It's not the Wicks torpedoes because the Wicks is right there. We aim for the Wicks because it's a much more deadlier target. I should be switching the HE, but I just didn't. I don't know why. The carrier drops more torpedo bombs, torpedoes at me, but those were too close to be armed. So yeah. And here comes torpedoes forward. These are deep water torpedoes, so that tells me there's a Pan-Asian destroyer up here. But that didn't really do too much damage because of my torpedo reduction range. So I fired all my rear gun turrets at that Wyoming class. Then I fired my forward gun turrets at him. And I'm starting to turn because there is 2 destroyers over there, and I really don't want to be involved. But up to 9,000 damage. Gain some bounces. Good. That's probably from the destroyers, probably firing HE at me. But there's the destroyer. I should be focused when I fire on him, but I want to hit this battleship. I fire my forward rear gun turrets, and there's more torpedoes. That's the deep water torpedoes from the Pan-Asian destroyer. He really wants me. You see right here, as long as you know there's a destroyer or angry smoke screens, you could actually dodge torpedoes, and that's something you need to know. By doing, I do see the red thing, meaning that there's an island near me, so I really don't want to be beaching myself at this point. So I'm working with the island is. We fire all of our rear gun turns. We do some decent chunk of damage to that Wyoming. I want that guy dead. I mean, he's not really much of a big threat, but I mean, he's a threat to my team. A little more than me, because if I just don't show him too much broadside, then he doesn't have much of a big target. And I reload all my guns and fire them all at him, a massive servo. And boom! Headshot. Then I focus my fire on my secondaries on the Penn Nation Destroyer, and ask my team if they could shoot him. Someone is shooting. Don't know who. I think it's the Destroyer, just like using me as like a protective shield. Go ahead, bro. Bye. Use me as protective shield. I don't know if it's a destroyer or a cruiser, but we do hit the Penn Nation Destroyer with our AP shells and do some decent damage to it. Not big damage, but I'm going straight because I know he's probably either going to launch torpedoes at me. And I do still say spy, which, you know, it's what you expect. You're fighting as a destroyer. Though, at this point, I was beginning to get a rough feeling that this wasn't going to be a good game. Up to 18,000 damage. Here comes 2 torpedoes. He still has more torpedoes. So I'm making sure I keep an eye out for his torpedoes, more of his torpedoes. The ship is slow enough so you could actually take reduce of movement speed, but he launches more torpedoes. My secondary started opening up. I do realize that those torpedoes could be missed. And there's the Vampire, the Commonwealth Tier 2 Premium Destroyer. I want to turn, but I don't want to turn at the same time because that Penn Nation Destroyer is coming in. Well, he did launch another 2 torpedoes, but he's going over there, so I could actually start turning a little bit more. He is shooting me a little bit. I want to get some kind of gunfire into this guy again, but it's not meant to be. He gets behind an island. There's a South Carolina over there. I start turning inwards because here comes more torpedoes from the Commonwealth Destroyer. Completely miss. It feels like I'm like dodging these torpedoes like a boss, but I know I'm not. I'm just doing it because I know I need to. I start shooting into the smoke where I see him firing at. My dispersion lets me down a little bit. I mean, I am still spotted, but then I just fired my main battery, so I am going to say spotted. My destroyer friend here actually puts the smoke up for me. Even though he's not really going to help me too much, I do say thank you to him. We do fire some of our guns at this guy, the Vampire. We do get a overpen up to 21,000 damage. I use my damage control party. Here comes more deep water torpedoes. I think they're for me. Honestly, I think these destroyers had a heart for me today. At this tier, at tier 3. But, you know, whatever. And there's the other South Carolina, South Carolina class battleship, over there. Another American tier 3 premium battleship, which I'll probably be doing the review pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. But, you know, we are a slow battleship, and I do want to kind of go over this way with my cruiser friend to make sure he doesn't get Citadel, you know. Yeah, it might be a South Carolina class battleship, but it still can Citadel him. But I do have more guns in the South Carolina, and there's the Vampire again. That pesky little Vampire. At first, it looked like we were doing eagled, but, well, now it doesn't. We did lose the ship, and I'm not the only battleship left. The other battleship on our team is that Ichishi, a tier 3 Japanese tech tree battleship. Pretty good battleship. It's a little bit faster than this thing, but it doesn't have the armor like what Arkansas does. The Arkansas is more of a dreadnought kind of class battleship. She's met with great armor, but very slow. Though, I don't care if she's slow, she's a fun ship to play at tier 3, and her guns does devastate other ships if they just don't realize that you're giving all your guns lead. And if it's a cruiser, they're definitely not going to want to be hit by your guns. I mean, who would want to be hit by a battleship guns, caliber guns? These are 305 mil guns. After all, I think these are 305mm guns down here. This tier, but still, they're real deadly guns and real powerful. I mean, at this time, you could probably go ahead and go make some coffee, some tea, maybe. Do whatever you want to do, you know. I'm thinking maybe following my vampire friend to support him. We do get hit by the carrier's dive bombers. At first, I thought those were like just torpedo bombers, and I was like, there's no worry. We do see the vampire because my vampire friend there is actually spotting him, but you do fire and no hits. Okay. I should be switching to HE, but I decided not to switch it to HE. I mean, it probably would do a lot more. Well, it would do a lot more damage. Not probably, it would. But our Ichichi battleship friend there is going to be going for the carrier. I want to support this destroyer right here on our team. And I fire at the vampire, but he stops before my shells could even reach him. We are getting shot from over there in that angry smoke screen. That is another destroyer. They still have 3 destroyers on their team left. We only have 1. That's why I want to protect my vampire friend here. And that is the Pan Asian destroyer coming out of the smoke. I do shoot all my guns at him at the rear. Does any of these hit? We do get 1 overpen. So up to 21,000 damage in this game, guys. Good. In 1 kill. I mean, how much do I have to say? That's... yeah. We start firing forward, and we get our captain saying torpedoes stern. And there's torpedoes straight ahead. Again, my guns completely miss. That vampire is really playing the patiency, but he does get hit hard by our vampire. I'm trying to get this guy, but he just doesn't want to budge. He starts going forward, so I lead my guns forward, shooting 2 guns at him, but my vampire friend does get taken out. Sad. And I do see the battleship, the Kaiser, the tier 3 German battleship. I fire my remaining gun turrets. He's shooting at me, or it could be the destroyer. We do hit at the ship over there with 2 pinning shots. We do get hit by the carrier's dive bombers. This destroyer is such low hit points. Just need him once. Just 1 shell could kill him. But all my shells are just not doing it. You're probably wondering why I'm focusing the destroyer. It's because they're much more dangerous. That did nothing. I'm getting hit from behind by the Pan Asian destroyer. I'm here by myself. I get hit by the carriers, the dive bombers. The battleship is starting to shoot me. My secondaries are starting to open up on that destroyer back there. I just want to get rid of this destroyer, because once I get rid of him, I don't have to worry about this Kaiser. I could try to take him on, but I do want to shoot him. So we forward gun turrets, fire at him. Secondaries are just opening up on the Pan Asian destroyer to get a crit. I do activate my secondary firearm, and I actually set my secondaries onto that Pan Asian destroyer. He is shooting me from rear. I'm around 10,000 hit points, up to 32,000 damage though. Nice. Shoot forward gun turrets, and completely miss. And the guy behind me starts shooting torpedoes, but I do take out that destroyer. Now I want to start turning because he might have launched torpedoes, but the destroyer behind me launched torpedoes, so I have to go straight for a few minutes. And here comes more torpedoes. Oh boy. I wanted to get a shot out on this guy. Fire forward gun turrets, and yep, get taken out by torpedoes. Well, but I did hit that battleship. We are up to 41,000 damage, and our battleship is definitely going for the carrier, so that's why the carrier wasn't focused on me anymore. But, you know, it is what it is. I tried my best of keeping the 2 enemy destroyers over here and the battleship over here on this side of the map occupied with me. I did as much as I can. That battleship just needs to survive. If he's deciding to take out that carrier, he needs to do it quick and stay undetected as much as he can, because there's 2 destroyers in the game. But I don't know. This is going to be a close one there, guys. It's going to be a close one. I mean, he is hitting that Lexington American Tier 3 carrier pretty hard. Does he take him out, though? Ooh, does he? That carrier is taking a lot of damage. I mean, we did get a close quarter export. Oh, there we go. He took out the carrier. Awesome. Now, buddy, you just got to survive. You cannot try to risk yourself of taking any more damage or dying, because if we're on head on points, guys, we get 760 points with 2 capture points on our name. We can win this. All that Japanese battleship player has to do is survive the game. That's all he has to do. And we are down on seconds, guys. Cross your fingers. This is a close match. Cross your fingers. I see Torpedoes over there. I see he's getting hit, that Japanese battleship. Oh, I was pull my head down. Didn't want to watch the game because I didn't want to be a defeat. But what is it going to be? Oh, it's so heartbreaking. What is it? Let me know. What is it? I don't want to know about that. I just want to know what it was. A defeat or a victory? It was a victory. Ah, thank the gods. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to. And like always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.